It's been a busy morning, and I've been itching to just get these off here, which I'm about to, just to have a little look at how this is stuck. Just get rid of the paper. And okay, we've missed it a little bit off the edges, but I think we're all right. I mean, it's millimeters, isn't it? But you can see how that's now kind of got a bit of shape to it, because this will bend. So I'm quite pleased with those, both of them. And I'm quite pleased that these have stuck quite well. I've realised that these pieces of wood could be half the thickness if they were better wood. So I think for the test, the thicker piece of wood are better. We'll have to see how many screws you need. I think the thinner the wood, the more pliant it will be, so it won't stick to the gunnel so well. We'll have to see about that. But we're getting there. Rockstar sewing. Now, if this is stuck on the side of the boat, anyway, if we just, when we screw this on, let's make sure they're the right way, we screw these on like that, then they'll be screwed and fixed in place. Then we can bring these around like that and Velcro them in place. Now, I didn't realise this was the shorter one. That is too short, but you get the idea. I've actually got, let's have another look in here. I should have longer ones. Oh, by the way, or we could use these. So, where are we? Let's just move this one out of the way. So instead of having that one trapped in between there, we could have this trapped in between here, have it that way, and then there we go. These would just go over like that, and they would hold them nice and fast. Now the beauty of this system is we could have as many as we want, as long as they fit in. Are they gonna, in a wind, do you think they'll stick? I have a lot of confidence in these, so we have those. Or let's try and find, here's the longer ones of these. So let's just move down towards the bow end. There we go. And that would be through here. I think we have it that way round. And then that would go, sorry about this, I got the wrong way around. There you go. And those would just go like that. And Velcro. Ironically, these are a little bit too, they're not, no, they're not, they're not too big. There you go, so we've got those. These are nice because they're so thin and you'd be able to pull them and adjust them. So they're nice. Very exciting. So I've been spending a little bit of money, and because I need some new PVC, and in here, if it will come out, yes it will, is a new roll of PVC. Right, two things about this that you'll immediately see. Let's get you a bit here. You can immediately see it is red. It matches the sails, so that's why I got this colour. The other thing is, this is slightly thicker denier. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, definitely. You can see, definitely a bit thicker. It's still not, I wouldn't call that boat cover thickness, maybe, but definitely thicker, which is good. Be able to give it a little sand more. So I've got it half price, which is great. Always looking for a deal. So I think this is normally £12. I got it for £6 or £7, I think, a metre. And I think I got 6 metres. Let me have a little look at my... what did I get there? 6 metres. I've also got a little bag of stuff as well. This is all from Pro Fabrics. I'm finding myself buying a lot of stuff like this from them. I don't get any discount, no money. They don't know about me. I just go and buy my stuff from there. Don't know if I mentioned before, I've only ever got one thing, which was my Savvy Navvy gave me a few freebies, my hat and my hoodie, and that was it. And all they expected in return for that was actually not a video. They just wanted some help, feedback as a user, a dinghy user particularly of it. In here's some, this is Dyneema, and it's 1.8, and it's got a huge break strength compared to the polyester line I use. This is potentially line I might use with the furler. Could only get it in yellow, but I think that's pretty snazzy actually. I think it's quite cool. It may, looking at it, be a little bit small, but this is 1.8. The line that's in the current furlers is 2mm. I do wonder actually if that line is the problem. I've literally just thought about that. Is the line the problem? Oh God, it's pouring with rain now. Is the line width the problem with that line coming out? Possibly. So I've got that. If not, the polyester will do the job. Oh yeah, I got some, these are like little special guy ties. They're almost like clam cleats, but without having to clamp them down. So they're useful. So I got a few of those. They were like 60p each, something like that. Now, unfortunately, you can only get the zip in one colour. And I thought I got 3, but maybe I didn't. I got 2. There you go. So these are the biggest teeth zip you can get, I think. You probably can get specialist ones, but my word, these are chunky monkeys, yeah. Yeah, and they do lock as well. That's quite good. Yeah, they do lock. So, you know, yeah, that's good. And then all we're going to do with this is zip these in. They would actually go, let's see if you can get a bit closer here. They would actually go, you would stitch that in here like that. And instead of the Velcro, which we've got at the moment, we would have a zip. Now, this is for the spray cover, by the way. Now, the reason the zip will be better than Velcro is you don't have to worry about the fabric when you undo it. It's hard to get the Velcro reset in its right position, and you pull it too tight and then you get gaps, and you can never get the Velcro back. So it was a good idea, but a little bit flawed. This will give you a consistent way of closing up the cover every time. Now, we'll probably sew that, and then we'll probably seam seal it. So it will be technically waterproof, but we will probably also put a little Velcro flap over this. So you have to sort of undo the flap, and then that would completely really waterproof this. We'll see. We could always do that later, but I think this is going to be a much better idea. I always get 2 of everything because you always need an extra one, and they weren't like super expensive, these weren't. The other idea is to actually move the central opening to 2 side openings. So you actually have one piece that goes over the ridge and is zipped up at both edges. This would mean you could remove the cover totally, but of course, you know, and all you would have is a little piece of PVC in this fabric just attached to, you know, your gunnels. Now, that might be a good way of getting the cover out. But of course, you've got this sort of cover then that would be quite big to remove, and it would be harder to put on, wouldn't it, quickly? So I think everything's got its compromises, but it is an idea to actually have that, or rather than have it in the middle and then you've got to roll it back. Or we could have 3 zips, 1 in the middle and 2 each side, so you can actually undo the middle, or you can then remove it via zips each side when not in use. That would solve all the problems of cleats, this, that and the other. The other thing is if you have a zip on by the gunnels, you could just unzip this like at the bottom, and then your lines could come out from there, to the and then you've got use of your fair leads on the front there. So we'll have a little think about that. I bought 2, should have bought 3, but there we go. Can you guess what's in here? I've been a bit quiet about this because it's an eBay special. I had to do a bit of eBay sniping to get it. There was a lot of interest. I didn't get it for the price I wanted it for, but these are so rare that you have to take your chance when you get it. So I paid, I think it was £70 all in for it, and it is another spinnaker. Ooh, that's a funky smell. Proper. Ooh, smells like glue. So, check the thing in there. I've been talking to someone on the Drascombe forums about spinnakers, and I've got a funny feeling this could be a Hornet spinnaker. And if you watch the channel, you may be sitting there right now thinking, hang on, Dave, you've got a GP14 spinnaker. Beg your pardon. We'll just start this section again. So here it is. Some of you that watch the channel might be thinking to yourself, Dave, why are you buying another spinnaker? Well, I've got the GP14 symmetric spinnaker, which that's the one you've seen on the channel. It's really taught me quite a lot about spinnakers, but one big thing, 2 major things it's taught me is that spinnaker's not big enough for the boat. And I did some calculations based on the I and the J. Basically, that's the distance from the mast to where that spinnaker's connected, and the distance, actually to the bow, not where it's connected, and the I distance is, I think, from the mast, the hull to the top of the mast, or where the spinnaker would be connected. And it was way too short. It was like under 1, and you want to try and get close to 1.6. Some people say you can go to 2, but obviously, big sails create bigger problems. So I got the red sail, which you have actually seen already on the channel, down at the boatyard. I have been talking to someone on the Drascombe forum, and I'm pretty sure that red symmetric sail, that's also symmetric, is a Hornet sail. It's come from a Hornet. And if so, that is the perfect size, because I've worked out the GP14 one is 8.4 square metres. The Hornet one is 12.4, 12.6 square metres. And I think that is perfect for the boat. You might be asking, why have you bought another one if that's the case? Well, the other thing I've learned from sailing or flying a spinnaker is I hate symmetric spinnakers. And I'm really sorry for anyone out there that look, yes, on the lake in a little dinghy with somebody else helming, I could really get into a symmetric spinnaker. I think, it would be brilliant. And it would really give the co-pilot something to do. And I could really get involved in that. And I could really get involved in it where if you capsize, it doesn't really matter. You can hoik the boat back up and get back on. So I've been flying my spinnakers in two different ways. Originally, I was flying them symmetrically, properly, trying to work them out with and without the pole. It was a bit unmanageable, to be honest with you. And on the lake especially, it was just a challenge. You run out of space very quickly. And on the sea, I don't want to put the boat at risk in that manner, or me at risk for that manner, flapping around with this symmetric spinnaker going all over the place. So I've been flying it asymmetrically, but obviously the sail isn't cut quite right, although I've had quite a lot of success. And I've actually been flying them more like a big Genoa, and then when I pole them out like a huge big Genoa jib, they actually work really well. But this one is actually an asymmetric sail, and it's fairly old, it's not new, and it's from an RS 200. Now, the only thing he did mention was the lamination has come off a little bit at the top here. It is only in the reinforcement patch, so that's interesting. I think we could sort that out. I also think it's probably not really. I don't know. Is that going to be a problem at the... Oh, it does rip as well. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that sail does need a patch putting on, and we'll do that. It has delaminated a bit there. The seller did say it's just a little bit of delamination on the top. It's not. It's the sail is kind of ripped. So that's not great. But it would probably... yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll have to work out what we do with that. But as you can see, the rest of the sail is actually in pretty nice condition. Yeah, so I've just been having a good look at the sail. It's definitely an asymmetric one. I'm pretty sure it is the for the RS 200, but it was described as slight delamination, and he showed me this on the photo. Slight delamination, possible patch needed. Now this is the head of the sail, and you can see that just with look, it's just ripping apart as you pull it. So this sail, it's rotten at the top there. It's got some damage. Now, I reckon, yeah, it's only this little bit. You could probably patch it up, but the problem you've got is that look, this bit, I think this needs to come out, and we have to start again, because you need to sort of unstitch all of this and then get this clamped around it. That's a shame. But then what's even bigger shame is you come to this is the clue, isn't it? Yeah. And this has just completely gone. Look. It's just gone. Oh, look. It's like paper. So this would need probably taking right back to this reinforcement. I don't know how you make a sail like this. I guess what I would do is, there's only one piece of sail there. I think probably what I would do is just put one big patch in. But I've offered the guy, look, I offered him £40 originally, because I said that's what I think it's worth for a punt. I've gone back to him, I've said, I'll give you £40 for it, and it will give me £30 then to try and fix it myself. So we'll see what he says. One mildly disturbing thing is that this battery, it's 12.2 now. So the battery's actually lost. It seems to stay at 12.6, which is fully charged. And then it hits a point where it just suddenly drops. So I don't know why that is. The battery's, the battery could be, it's definitely over 10 years old. So maybe it's the battery. It's just really, starting to show its age. And we might have to think about getting a new battery. So this is, I mean, I put God knows how many coats on here. What I would say is you can, it's like one of those barber jackets. You can feel the oil a little bit, but it's dry. So yeah, you can feel it, but it's dry. I think we'll just stick that on the boat. We can't do much with it now anyway. It's so oily. I don't think you can epoxy or varnish that very easily anyway. But we'll stick it on the boat, see how it goes. If it expands or it stops working, then we can unscrew it and do a new one. So that was the beauty of the design. So that's done. We'll just get that put in the box, ready to go. Did a bit of overnight 3D printing. What I printed was, you may or may not recognise this, but the back of this is my little mast filler. So where my spinnaker hook or loop goes on the front of the mast, because it was for a bigger boat and a bigger mast, that I needed to sort of create a little template. So if you print in solid plastic, you get really good, it's really good for that, and that's been really good over the last season. But on the front of this, rather than just have a flat template for that matches that plate, I've made this hole, and that hole is for this, and this should click in. Yeah, kind of click. Yeah, I mean, that's a lovely fit. And then the idea of this will be, this will ultimately have to be bigger, or we'll have to have two of them. And the idea will be that this will be clamped to the mast, and we'll have the telescopic pole coming out of here. So let's just say, for argument's sake, this is the length I want this. This will be at the top of the mast, no higher, because then it allows me to still stow the mast away for towing. We will then have one of these there and one of these there perhaps, and then what we'll do, we'll basically clamp those on with possibly really strong tie-its or some metal clamps, and then that will just sit, probably will have to be at the front of the mast, because would we get away with it at the back with the mainsail? No, we won't, because the gaff will be in the way. So it has to be on the front. And then we've got a telescopic pole for our spinnaker.